Dream and Tommyinnit used to be best friends. Well, I would say they were best friends, but they were pretty good friends on Minecraft until one day in the middle of 2023, they just stopped interacting. And then slowly, Tommyinnit and his buddies would throw little insults at Dream and his friends, but never really explain what happened. While we still don't really know all of what happened, we finally got some details on one minor situation. So let's get into it. Way back in the 2020 and 2021 days, Tommyinnit and Dream were best friends, doing a lot of collaborations on the Dream SMP. And Tommy was a young kid back then. He was only actually 16 years old. So he would ask Dream for a lot of advice on YouTube, on analytics and all that. According to Tommy, they spent a lot of long calls together and they were friends. But there was one little Twitter thread that came out of nowhere, which has now actually been deleted. I'm unable to find it. But basically, it's where Tommyinnit makes a stupid joke towards Dream, and Dream gets offended out of nowhere and claims that he made Tommyinnit's career. While what Dream said here might be somewhat true, Dream definitely helped Tommy reach the huge point he got to in late 2020. But I wouldn't say it's a respectful thing to say to someone that I made your career. It's just very cocky. And Tommy was a kid at the time, and Dream was like in his early 20s, so he shouldn't really be speaking this way to a teenager that he, at the time, and actually still hasn't met at all in person. Thankfully, Philza, who's Tommy's 30-year-old friend, who also was actually friends with Dream, came out and attacked Dream for this. Although the group did remain friends after this, it was a moment of drama in the community. It was actually one of many moments that Dream started because of his attitude towards YouTube and being a creator as a whole. And I would say I'm disappointed in Dream for this. Now, why is this old tweet relevant now? Well, it's been a couple years and Tommy and Philza aren't really friends with the Dream team anymore. It's actually been noticed that a lot of the people that were in Dream SMP have since split from Dream and don't talk to him anymore. And there was a podcast episode posted to, I think, Jack Manifold's Patreon that talked about this situation for the first time. And people have posted clips on Twitter, and I saw it, and I actually had an opinion that I think people would find reasonable. Now, I actually really like Dream. If you've seen some of my other discussion videos from around a year ago, I defended Dream when people were wrongfully tarnishing his name and making false accusations of him being a pedo. And I'm still a fan of him. I've watched some of his latest videos with the Titan Manhunt, and I think they're actually really good, and I will continue to support Dream. In the past, I was kind of confused why people, especially Tommy, just turned on Dream in the middle of 2023. But after seeing this, I think you're 100% reasonable to hate Dream for what he did here. I think that's 100% reasonable, and I actually side with Tommy and Philza in this situation. For the sake of the video, I'm going to be cutting down the clips, but the full videos are posted on Twitter if you want to see them.
I thought it would be really funny to be like, yeah, guys, when I retire, I'm going to tell you the context behind the tweet of imagine taking credit for an entire creative
An incredible tweet, by the way.
Incredible tweet.
What one of up there with
you were
up there
stressed
with
at the time.
Dante DM's aura.
And then he got really personal, and then you were like, I don't know if this is real or not. Is he joking?
He pulled up your social blade and circled it.
It was mad,
quoting numbers and shit. It was really weird.
From what I saw, you were memeing. Then he took it too seriously.
It's almost like there were red flags to begin with.
Oh, they were everywhere.
Seen.
They were literally everywhere. You contacted me asking me to be like, what is happening?
You called back up.
I actually did. Well, we were in a call.
No, I remember.
We were in a call with the five of us, and I'd never usually get into an argument, but it was Toby, Erin, Freddie, and you in the call.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, you all egged me on a bit.
I don't think you on because I fucking didn't like the guy. I never did.
You were all egging me on. I was like, oh, okay. It got to that point. I was really stressing out because I'd never been in an argument before.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what to do.
And you messaged me.
I messaged the big guns. Like, Phil, I need help, man. Now, I remember after that day, I vowed never to be horrible to Dream again. I have it in my diary somewhere.
Really?
It says never be horrible to Dream. Dude. It's not worth it. It hurts. It makes me too sad.
It's not worth how upsetting.
I wrote that as a 16-year-old. It's in my diary. I can find it.
That's wild.
So fucked, man.
That's wild.
Because you took that as being your fault, like him being a fucking crybaby and throwing around analytics that you was your fault and you should never aggravate him again.
Being a 20-year-old man, the age of lots of these people, and going, oh, I would never speak to a 16-year-old.
Yeah, imagine a child came up to you, made a little joke, and you were like, I made you. Look at all these numbers. Here's where I got involved. I hate him. No, I seriously hate him. I'll just say it. I fucking hate the guy.
Yeah, get off your chest, man.
It's been years. It's been years. I'll just say it. I fucking hate him. I always have. About a week into that SMP, he said something that pissed me off. I went, you're not a great guy. And I was right the whole fucking time. And he doesn't like me. Like, I know he's told
He
me.
has been very outright.
He's been very outright, and I respect this, and I respect that we have this with each other. He knows I don't like him, and I know he doesn't like me, and we've said that, and that's cool. and the internet gets more mad about it than we do, because people are like, he made it. Fuck off. Let us not like each other. I don't like him. He doesn't like me. He gave me a great opportunity. I appreciate that, and he's done individual like one-off acts of kindness to me. But I think I've seen him time and time again do like things like that, where it's like he takes ownership of other people and their accomplishments, because he was like a guiding hand, and it's like it's such a narcissistic, shitty thing to do, and it makes me like see red. I'm sure he was going through a lot. It was a very stressful
We're
time
all
for
going
all of
through a
us.
lot,
Yeah, I won't take that away. I'm not a bellend.
I was like 16.
Yeah, it was a very very
everyone.
dickheadish, shitty thing to do.
Jack,
I don't
here,
have this
is-
animosity for him. I just have this like distaste for what he does.
No,
I judge people by what they do, not necessarily by what they say. And he said a lot of shit, but did a lot of other things contradictory
a lot
to
of
those things he
privately,
said
yeah.
privately, which is just
And it's
not
a lot
on.
of them as well. Let's
It's a
not
lot.
just remember.
It's not. It's like it was just red flag after red flag after red flag
You-
after
it's
red
funny
flag. I honestly gave him more credit than I should have. I defended him at some times as well. Like I was like, oh, it's fine, don't worry about it. It's just that's just he's not. He doesn't really mean it. He did.
So yeah, that's the whole situation from their side, obviously. I really like Tommy and Philza. I do not like Jack Manifold, but we won't get into that in this video. I just have a lot of personal reasons why I think he's a scumbag or asshole, whatever. He's not funny. But that's not what this video is about. Dream did talk about this literally about a year ago. It was last November. In a stream of his, he talked about his situation with Tommy. And I'm going to show a clip of that just so you guys know.
Regardless of our disagreements and whatever, like I think Tommy's an awesome guy. I think Tommy's content's awesome, and I loved every second that in every fun memory we had together was amazing. And sometimes you just grow apart and you do other things. And right now, I'm sure in the future maybe we could reconcile and do some stuff together. It was not at all me being like, oh, I hate Tommy now. I have nothing but good things to say about Tommy. I love Tommy. Obviously, have disagreed with things he's done, things he's said, certain ways he's treated me, and I'm sure he has the same thing to say about me. But I love Tommy. I love his content. I think he's a great guy. And I think in the future, maybe who knows in the future how things wrap around.
That was a year ago, and obviously nothing has happened since. I just wanted to show the other side of things. And I know some people are going to see this and think that Dream is some horrible narcissist who abused creators that he worked with. And I actually do not believe that's true. I think Dream's just a person. And at the end of the day, people have friend groups where they make mistakes. I've had that. I've seen it with other people. I've seen it with adults. I've seen it with kids. There are certain friend groups that just don't end up working out. And that's how I would view the Dream SMP. And it's just a lot bigger and a lot more important because they had millions of fans. So I'm going to end this video by saying, although for this particular situation, I do side with Tommy and Philza, I will say overall, I'm still a fan of Dream. I still think he's a good guy who's done a lot of good things, and I'm still going to support him. Unlike Mr. Beast. But yeah, I'm going to end this video here. Leave a comment down below if you have any opinions that you want to be said, and I'll probably see them and react to them. Alright, bye-bye.